you awesome kissers to CistReactZ guys. Today we're reacting to I Solved FNAF Security Breach Finale. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to FNAF, and comment down below. Alright guys, let's get into this.
In this video, By
the way guys, I did react to Murder Drones episode 1 and 2. Episode 2 will be out tomorrow. Episode 1 is out right now if you guys want to check that out. Alright, bye!
I'm gonna show you who the tape girl from FNAF VR is, some more proof for why I think Patient 46 is the Charlie bot, and finally, I'm gonna show you how the current story we're trying to figure out is the story Scott has had planned since 2016. And although this is the finale of this series, I'm not gonna stop making theories, so make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get started. First, let me explain how the story of Help Wanted and Security Breach has been planned since 2016. To do this, I need to take you all the way back to May of 2016 when FNAF World Update 2 was released. Update 2 of FNAF World was supposed to be Scott's way of trying to revive the game and poke fun at the mistakes he made from when the original game was released. Update 2 came with very positive reviews, with people loving the new mini-games that Scott implemented. But what if I told you that Update 2 of FNAF World was a preview of the current story we're trying to figure out? Let me explain. Back in November of 2018, Scott Cawthon made a post on Steam detailing all of the projects he's currently working on. This included a game called FNAF Into Madness. Ever since this post was made, that game has been in the back of my mind. What happened to it? Did Scott just scrap it? When describing the game, Scott said it would be a compilation of several previous gameplay ideas in the same vein of—
Wasn't there also like a AAA title FNAF game in there? I don't know if that was meant to be Security Breach or a multiplayer game.
Update 2 of FNAF World. So what were the gameplay ideas shown in Update 2? Well, Adventure Fredbear explains that a developer has gone insane and is recycling some of the characters' codes for spin-off games, basically scanning the code of the characters into the mini-games that the developer created. This is literally the plot of Help Wanted and the current story we're trying to solve. But it goes further. In Update 2, it's our job to help free the characters whose code was recycled for the mini-games. We can do this by beating each of the mini-games they're attached to. This almost exactly mirrors the Princess Quest arcade machines in Security Breach. In order to free Vanessa and likely Cassidy, although that's not confirmed yet, we need to complete all 3 of the Princess Quest arcade machines. But it goes even further. Most of these mini-games are funny and lighthearted, except for one, Foxy.exe. Once you enter Foxy.exe, you're met with a makeshift Windows screen. You see 2 things on this screen: a picture of one tree on top of a hill and an icon titled Foxy.exe. Once you double-click this icon, the home screen turns red with blood dripping down from the top. You're then placed into a minigame with Withered Foxy in the background. The goal is to basically keep walking until the level ends. Each of the 3 levels has a different render of Withered Foxy in the background and a different phrase being repeated over—
I don't remember that shot of Withered Foxy with his— with like—
3 levels has a different render of Withered—
what, his mask, or like his animatronic mascot head lifted, you can see like his yellow murder drone eyes. Like, what the heck?
Foxy in the background and a different phrase being repeated over and over again. The first one is, "Listen to my voice and you will find the key."
Listen to my voice and you will find the key.
The second one is, "When you can see, how fast can you flee?"
When you can see, how fast can you flee?
And the third phrase is, "Be sure your step through the heart of madness."
Be sure your step through the heart of madness.
Into madness. And what character do you unlock when you beat Foxy.exe? Nightmarion. Foxy.exe was Scott testing out the idea of a character breaking the 4th wall and inserting themselves into the real world by driving the player into madness. There's also one attack that only Nightmarion and Scott himself can use in Update 2, the 4th wall. What if Foxy.exe represents the idea of Afton turning the Charlie bot into his own? I think this could be supported by the sticky notes we find in Security Breach. Foxy.exe is extremely random with its mechanics. The first level is just you walking with no interruptions. The second round has Withered Freddy popping up at random, causing you to stop so you don't run into him. The third level is the most obscure of them all. In this level, you have to hide from an image of a cat gliding across the screen. Hide, no hide. Never mind that there's literally a drawing of a cat and a dog mixed with this part of the Immortal and the Restless TV show. show.
He ate
What
the cat!
This is if you believe the kid in the TV show is actually the Charlie bot, which is definitely debatable. I believe that FNAF VR is Foxy.exe modernized. In Foxy.exe,
Foxy.exe
Nightmare Young's code
modernized.
breaks the fourth wall by taking you to someone's home screen of their PC to play a game that slowly drives them into madness. In FNAF VR, you are also literally playing a game inside of a game that slowly drives you into madness and into the control of Glitchtrap. But this time, Vanessa is the victim. Listen to my voice and you will find the key directly mirrors the conversation on scottgames.com.
I was just about to mention that, but I don't remember if like no, cause he was saying like, listen to my voice, follow the path or something, and then it was like responding to him.
Right before Security Breach's release. Focus on my voice.
Yeah.
I will. That
I was about to
also
mention it, but
directly
he didn't directly
references
say
the Curse
listen
of
to my
Dreadbear
voice.
DLC, where we have to find the key in order to unlock the
Hey, it's
Vanny
Dawko.
mask in the cellar. Update 2 takes place in a
Wait,
Halloween
find the key
update
to
in
unlock
order
what?
to unlock the Vanny mask in the
Oh,
cellar.
yeah, yeah,
Update
yeah.
2 takes place in a
thought you said
Halloween
Freddy
update,
mask.
and so does the Curse of Dreadbear. I mean, look at the trailer for FNAF World versus the trailer for Security Breach. They both start the exact same way. In the post where Scott announces
True.
FNAF Into Madness, he explains that there's a lot of stuff he's working on that will probably be released in 2019, including new games and new books. I believe that the stuff being planned back then was the story we're currently trying to solve. The games and the Silver Eyes trilogy were being made simultaneously into one
Man,
broad
stuff like this
story
makes
that
me miss
revolves
Scott.
around the idea
Not that Steel Wool is bad or anything. I just miss Scott, like little crumbs he used to leave for us, man, and the trolls. Just makes you think.
he had in Update 2 of FNAF World. The
But Steel Wool's
games
doing
we are
awesome. We
currently
love Steel
playing are FNAF Into Madness. Need more proof? The BB World minigame is one of the biggest mysteries of FNAF Security Breach because it seems so disconnected from the rest of the arcade
Balloon
machines.
World.
In the minigame,
Wait,
in order
what?
Security Breach because it seems so disconnected from the rest of the arcade machines. In the minigame, in order to get
This
the secret
exists?
ending, you need to touch the purple glitch and stay on the path. The main goal is to keep going until the path fades away, leaving you alone in the center of the screen with Sun's face towering over you. Does that sound familiar? Because that's exactly what happens in Foxy.exe. The goal is to keep going until the path disappears and you're left alone in the center of the screen with Foxy's face towering over you. GB Aura Recharged on Reddit back in January
What
actually
the
discovered
heck?
that the BB World game was labeled under a different name in the game files. What was it labeled as? Scott Into Madness. The symbolism of Nightmarion has been appearing for 6 years at this point. To me, Nightmarion resembles the darker version of the puppet, aka the Charlie bot that Afton stole and made his own. The idea that Scott has been planning this story, and especially the Charlie bot, since 2016 sounds insane, or does it? The Silver
not
Eyes
really.
novel
Scott-
actually came out
Scott always be
6
leaving
months
crumbs, like I
before
said.
FNAF World Update 2, and it was in this novel that Scott began dropping hints that Charlie is a robot. And it was this novel that began the story that would end with an evil version of Charlie that Afton stole being the main antagonist. But if that was the big plot twist of the books, what was the big plot twist of FNAF World Update 2? Well, at the end of the game, it's revealed that the big boss is actually Chica's magic rainbow. And what do we see hanging on the wall of Charlie's bedroom in the books? Chica's magic rainbow. The canonicity of FNAF World has been a
Yo.
big topic of debate for a really long time. And I know a lot of you are probably skeptical of this theory because of that, and that's fair. But after presenting all of this evidence, I think it's fair to say that Update 2 meant a lot to Scott, since he
Like when I tell you FNAF has just opened his third eye, like I was not kidding. Like at this point, I think he's open to fourth.
literally said that he planned on making Into Madness based on the ideas he implemented in that game. In this section of the video, I'm going to explain why I think Patient 46 is actually the Tape Girl from FNAF VR. In FNAF VR, Tape Girl tells us that Glitchtrap has attached himself to the tapes she's made,
It seems that it's attached itself to these logs.
and that in order to get rid of him, she had to break the tapes up and scatter them throughout the game.
I
I
remember the tape
effectively
roll.
broke the files into pieces and broke the anomaly along with it.
She warns us that we shouldn't collect all of them because reassembling them might also reassemble Glitchtrap.
I fear that finding them and reassembling
bad.
them
It very much happened.
will also reassemble the very thing I've tried so desperately to destroy.
But towards the end of the tapes, she starts to switch up, telling us that there's actually a way to kill Glitchtrap by collecting all of the tapes and letting it merge with us.
You have to let it begin the process of leaving through you.
But there's never a good ending to that game. We were tricked, manipulated by Tape Girl to fall under Afton's control.
really got
Tape Girl
trolled.
started as the victim, but ended up being the one doing the manipulating.
Well, the texts say it looked to them like it was an attempt to manipulate you.
I get something different out of them. I don't think you're being manipulated here. I think you're the one doing the manipulating.
This theory directly lines up with the emails from FNAF AR. In the emails, it's revealed that someone scanned a circuit board from a vintage animatronic into their system, creating a glitch. I believe this to be the FNAF VR team. They try to reach out to James Campbell, but he never responds. Like I said in part 1, eventually someone does respond. But I actually no longer believe this to be Vanessa. I think this is Tape Girl. If VA is the initials of someone's name, it wouldn't make sense being Vanessa since she isn't an Afton. Tape Girl then isolates the glitch to one area, aka the tapes. Quote, VA's got the virus isolated in one location now. Not sure why they're letting it linger in one spot rather than just wiping it out, but whatever, it's off our systems. It's under the radar.
I had to hide these logs away from the core gameplay files.
Then the events of FNAF VR happen. Vanessa falls for Tape Girl's trap and
I swear the music and like the music building up in the background, like as he's like I shouldn't say, as he's like theorizing is just crazy.
And is now a vessel for a glitch trap. The VR team then celebrates that the glitch is now gone. Quote, guys, we're officially clear. The virus is 100% out of the system. But the virus wasn't fully gone. It shifted to Vanessa.
While the techs were trying to reprogram the system,
Little
to
did they
remove
know.
the glitch,
Little did they know.
The source of the glitch shifted.
You could say that if the glitch shifted into Vanessa's consciousness, it stopped being a glitch.
What I understand is that the glitch stopped being a glitch.
And if the glitch, aka William Afton, created the Charlie bot, then the Charlie bot, aka Tape Girl, was trying to create another version of what the glitch originally created in Vanessa.
And turned into an intentional set of subroutines.
FNAF is very complicated, but I still kind of got that
creating
weirdly.
the same thing the glitch created.
And if these subroutines were intentional by Tape Girl, they must have come from her.
Those subroutines seem to have come from you.
In the retro CDs, the therapist believes that patient 46 is being manipulated, but towards the end, they realize that patient 46 was the one doing the manipulation. This is the same order of events that happens in the tapes in FNAF VR. Patient 46 and Tape Girl are the same person, who I believe is the evil Charlie bot. Need more proof? In the retro CDs, patient 46 and Vanessa take an inkblot test, and when 46 sees the inkblot test, she immediately thinks of a mask.
You think it's a mask? It reminds you of a mask?
Now, why would she connect the ink blots to a mask?
There was something that looked like a Halloween mask laying on the floor. Ink must have spilled. I couldn't see his face. He had the visor covering his head.
Nah!
It spilled on himself as well.
The CDs take place right as Vanessa is in the final stage of merging with Glitch Trap. Vanessa makes the costume that she was told to make.
Yes, I have it. I made it myself.
Why are all
You
these just
purchased
connected
some
like
fake
that?
fur material. What are you gonna make?
Then 46 hacks into Fazbear Entertainment's system to get Vanessa hired as
so
the
happy we
head
have people
security
put this
guard,
together.
even
I would
though
not
she
be able
has
to do
no
this.
prior qualifications.
I'm needed somewhere else now. Thank you.
This then leads into what I explained in my last video. Vanessa then uses Freddy to clear the path down to the blob and traps Charlie's soul in the evil Charlie bot. Elizabeth's soul merges with Vanessa, and Michael's soul merges with Glamrock Freddy. The Charlie bot is then thrown into the sticky note room where Charlie's soul starts to gain consciousness. This is my rough timeline of events as far as the retro CDs go. Like I said in my last video, it's borderline impossible to figure out how and when some of these things happened. The biggest mystery for me right now is how Vanessa in the CDs has the trauma and memories of Elizabeth before she even gets transferred to the mall where Elizabeth's soul resides. In the books, the rebuilt versions of Charlie still retain her memories. So is Vanessa a rebuilt version of Elizabeth? Maybe that's why she still has the memories of Elizabeth before she even gets to the Pizzaplex. We also see in the background of Vanny's boss battle in Fury's Rage, Eleanor, the variation of the rebuilt version of Elizabeth.
There was a lot of book
But
stuff
I don't
in
know.
there.
I think for this chunk of the story, that's as far as I can go until we get more information. Something I should have elaborated on more in part 2 was how the beginning of the second ever trailer of Security Breach aligns with the theory that I'm trying to set up. In the trailer, we hear Afton saying the words, "When I first found you, you were nothing, you were small, pathetic, but now you're more. Are you ready?" I connected this to how I think Afton found the young Charlie bot that Henry discarded and made it into his own. But I actually cut the part of the video where I explain why I think the Vanny mask is on screen. Like I said in part 2, I think the Charlie bot has been working for Afton this whole time, and also has helped manipulate Vanessa to get her under Glitch Trap's control. I believe them showing the Vanny mask was a callback to Tape Girl and how Tape Girl helped manipulate Vanessa into falling into Afton's control. One thing I also cut from the last video was how later in the trailer we hear this.
You will do as I say, You will bring me what I want.
I forgot about this line.
If you fail me, then you will. Both of you burn!
I used to be so confused by this line, but now I believe the both of you represents Vanny and the Charlie bot. Just like the big twist in the books and in Update 2, I think the big twist in the DLC is that the Charlie bot is going to be back. But there's one question.
Oh, nah.
Why would the Charlie bot be in therapy? Well, the only connection I could find as far as animatronics going to therapy was this part of the books where Charlie and her friends admit that they used to talk to the animatronics at the pizzeria as a form of animatronic therapy. But now in the games, the roles
Animatronic
are
therapy?
reversed.
It's
Charlie is
He even just says it right there in the text too. Like, he didn't just make that up.
now the robot talking to a human therapist. Next, let's talk about why I think Gregory is not a robot. In my last video, I brought up the idea of Gregory not being a robot or the crying child yet, and that he was actually chosen by Vanessa to be the crying child rebuilt. But I didn't bring up any evidence for specifically why I think he's not a robot. One of the biggest pieces of evidence for why Gregory is a robot is the fact that whenever Vanny gets near Gregory, his vision starts to glitch out.
Dude, Vanny is like so much not in the game that I just like forgot about the whole thing that happens to his vision, and the fact that she puts both of her hands out when she gets a good line of sight on you and chases you down. That's terrifying.
Gregory is a robot is the fact that whenever
always
Vanny
bunnies
gets
killing
near Gregory,
people in
his
this
vision
series.
starts to glitch out. This has been used to try to prove that Vanny is using an illusion disc. The first time we see this happen is when Freddy is in the charging station after the daycare segment. But there's one important thing to point out. Freddy can't see Vanny, but Gregory can.
He didn't see the dancing rabbit lady right in front of us?
If Vanny was using an illusion disc, there would be an illusion. She would look different. But instead, she looks exactly how she would look if she didn't have an illusion disc. My theory is that Vanny isn't using an illusion disc. In the Silver Eyes trilogy, Charlie invents an earpiece so that the animatronics she creates are able to see her and talk to her. She makes it clear that these earpieces emit a frequency that makes it so the animatronics can see you. But later on in the story, she's able to reverse engineer them so that if you wear the earpiece, you're invisible to the animatronics. This is what I believe Vanny is using. This is why the animatronics can't see her, but Gregory can. And the noise and effects that happens when Vanny gets near you is because of the
At this
frequency
point, you just gotta
coming
buy
from
the books now.
earpiece. This is also why Vanny doesn't appear blurry on camera in-game. Illusion discs usually make you look blurry on camera. The characteristics of an illusion disc just don't line up well enough with what we see in the game. If we can take the illusion discs from the book to try and explain who Patient 46 is, who says we can't take the earpieces too? And if Vanny is actually using Charlie's earpieces, this would make sense since the Charlie bot was on their side the whole time. Gregory being able to see Vanny combined with this clip,
I don't want to be crushed and twisted into a meat pretzel.
and also if Gregory is the crying child rebuilt and is occupying the secret sticky note room where he's slowly remembering his past, why would he be more scared of the human than the animatronic that looks extremely similar to the animatronic that he was terrified of and that literally killed him? Also, the I feel you are broken line could just be a nod to how Gregory was chosen to be the crying child rebuilt. The line, "You look different to me," after Freddy gets Roxy's eyes could very easily just be Freddy adjusting to his new eyes. When you hop into Freddy after getting Roxy's eyes, none of the endos or animatronics glow or look different. You could chalk that up to Steelwool not wanting to make it too obvious, or them just straight up not being able to program that because it would be too demanding for people's hardware, but they were able to do it with all the presents. I don't know, that point is still up for debate in my opinion. If you've watched all three parts of this series, you probably recognize that my opinions
they
have
could probably
constantly
answer at
changed
this
on
point,
some things.
right?
That's because I've spent the past 2 months researching every section of this franchise, and I'm continuing to find new things to this day. It's honestly wild to think that 8 years ago I was writing theories
wild,
in my
I
notes
swear.
app of my iPod Touch, and now I get to say them all to you on this channel. I just wanted to say that I'm extremely grateful for this channel and all of you who watch my videos.
I've seen him for like I did not say "Hey Siri." I just said it. Anyway, back to the video. I was trying to say before I got interrupted by a eavesdropping phone that it's been funny seeing him on Twitter say for like the last couple of days, like, "Oh my god, I found something different in FNAF Security Breach," and now he actually has a whole I Saw Security Breach finale. Well, anyway, guys, that was the end of that because there's only 1 second left of the clip. If you guys want more FNAF theories, FNAF in general, FNAF Ruin, whenever it drops, make sure you guys hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe for more to become a Kister today, turn on all notifications, and let me know what you guys think about FNAF's theory, and please be nice to the guy and be nice to all theorists who come out with theories about FNAF, because you know, it's just a theory, a game theory. MatPat, please collab with me. I think I got the outro right.